Hello, motherfuckers. Welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Today, we're going to be reacting to Let It Be by the Beatles. Let's go! You guys, I'm so excited for this. I'm really excited. I feel like we were stuck in a limbo right there because I started off with the White Album, but I had to do the White Album in two-part videos. And then after the White Album was a soundtrack that you guys weren't really like, it's whatever, I get it. But this is an album, and this is one of the Beatles' most iconic-ist albums. From somebody that hasn't heard any of their albums up until this point, Gag. This is just one of those ones that you hear about a lot, okay? And I'm gagged. So, before I do start, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I have a link in the description of all the videos. It's a playlist of all my, the Beatles videos, the albums and shit, and whatnot. At this point, I've reacted to every Beatles album up until this point. And the reason I'm doing Let It Be before Abbey Road is because Abbey Road was made after Let It Be, but Let It Be was dropped before or after. It's very confusing, but I know Let It Be is the last album that they dropped, but it was recorded before Abbey Road, okay? So that's what we're doing here today. So make sure you guys like and subscribe so you can see the Abbey Road review, which will be next week. Gagging! But I guess let's get into it. Okay, the first song on this album is called Two of Us.
Charles Hawtrey and the Deaf Aids. Phase 1, in which Doris gets her oats.
Oh! Oh my god! This is good. I'm gagging. Stop. Stop. Oh. Gag. Oh my god. I could really cry. Oh my god. Just thinking about... First of all, that was a really good intro for this album. I'm really excited to keep listening to it. But it's just like, I'm putting myself in a fan's shoes that was there, 1969, listening to this the day it dropped, And just like, oh my god. It feels so sad. Because did they know that this was, like, did you guys know, did the fans know in 1969 that this was going to be the last album that they dropped? And like, if you knew that and listening to those lyrics, ooh my god, even me, I just started listening to their music. I mean, I started the first album like 2-3 years ago or something like that, but over the past couple of weeks, months, I've been listening to the Beatles, and it's just like, ooh, it's all hitting me right now. Like, what the fuck? So it's just, I don't know. It's sad. But, so Two of Us. Were they talking about another Mr. Beatle? Was it just two Mr. Beatles that were just like, riffing off each other? Because this was a really fucking good, detailed song. And, okay, dare I say, it was giving me that cowboy vibe. I'm gagging by it because back on their first couple albums, I would say, oh my god, this is giving me cowboy vibe. I don't really fuck with it like that. But now... full circle moment, because I do fuck with it now. Like, it's really different, but it just feels like it's coming to an end, That's what this song was giving me. Like, this is coming to an end. I don't know. Let's keep going. This was really good. The first intro, the intro is a banger. Let's keep going. The next song is called Dig a Pony. Let's go. Don't gag me like this. off that first song, bitch, that, oh my God. Like I said at the beginning, it was giving me like we're going to a sad place, like this is the end, it's all coming to an end. And it kind of made me like a little like sad on the inside. The sound itself was giving me a celebration vibe, okay? Like, I don't know, I can't explain it. But those vocals on that song, bitch. Let's get back to the basics. Those vocals on that song gagged me. I was gagged. I love a slowed down sounding song, but it picks up in places with drums and guitars and shit. And that's exactly what that was. And it was really delivered really well. But I do have a question. Because you know me. But what does dig a pony mean? Like what is that referencing? Because you guys always tell me like the walrus, for example, dig a pony. What does that mean? I just need to know. So you guys let me know down below in the comments. I'm gagged either way, okay? Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, that was really a song that I could see myself listening to, like, in a campfire vibes, you know? Like, with other people. It was a vibe. It was a real vibe. But even though it was giving me that celebration vibe, it still gave me that, like, this is coming to an end, you know? That's why I'm really trying to just take it all in and enjoy it, you know? Because I am. As of right now, this is a good-ass album. Let's keep going. The next song is called Across the Universe. Don't play with me.
Like endless rain into a paper cup.
These vocals.
They slither wildly as they slip away. Nothing's gonna change my world. Broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on.
The descriptiveness. Oh my God. Stop.
Suns and calls me on and on across the universe.
That has the potential to be one of my favorite Beatles songs of all time. Honestly, truly. Because going along with this theme in my head, because this is the last The Beatles album that they dropped, okay? Let me make that clear. This is giving timeless to me. This right here just gave me timeless, just synchronized with the universe vibes. Now, if you've been watching my videos even before I started the Beatles, I am obsessed with just the universe in general, you know, but not even just that. It's just like even getting a glimpse of the moon will just turn my mood around 360, really 360. I just love the thoughts of just space, okay? And the fact that they are saying their voices are just expelling to the endless parts of the universe, because that's what I was getting from that. It just really goes to show, you know? Some people in life think that having a family and just living with your family, being with your family and friends and God and whatnot, it really is going to, that's their thought process of a great life. Me, personally, when it comes to religion, I feel like, I don't know, I shouldn't really speak about it because I'm not really the religious type. I feel like in order for me to have a good existence, I need to make my face known somewhere. So, me listening to these iconic artists, okay, legendary artists that changed this world for the greater good, you know? Me having that, I would love to go back one day and just watch my own videos just because it's just, it feels, I don't know, you know? There's not really a way I can explain it, but I feel like after I perish, okay, these videos are still gonna be here, you know? After the Beatles sadly perish, it's gonna be sad, you know, but at least you'll have that music, this music that they curated for a decade straight, okay? And just, because I know they also have solo projects and stuff. I'll talk about that more at the end of the video. But like this right here is what they're made, this is what made them them. Okay, so it's just iconic, and like, I love it so much. That was a really good fucking song. Your voice is making waves throughout the universe. Your face is making waves throughout the universe. It's a beautiful sentiment, okay? I really could talk about that song like all day. I just love the thought process of that song. If I'm wrong about that song and that's just what I'm getting, let me know. What do you guys take it as? What does it actually mean, you know? But let's keep going. The next song is called I, Me, Mine. Let's go. Oh. This is my favorite part. The slow. God, that was really good. I wasn't, at first I was like, okay, this is a little sped up, so I'm like, whatever. But no, bitch, it really came back around to me. So there's a few ways that I can take this song. I'm not gonna lie. People in life go around and they only think about themselves, like I'm the only thing that matters. I am the center of the universe. That's a narcissist. It's giving me that this narcissistic person woke up and realized there was no point in being a narcissist my whole life because where's the love? I don't feel any love in this era of my life because that could happen whenever. Not when you're 60, not when you're 90. It can happen when you're 20. So it was giving me that, but also I feel like it could have went in another way. And it's a Mr. Beatle speaking about himself. He's the only thing that matters. I, me, mine. That's it, You guys are not going to let this, I'm not going to let this tomfoolery about my name happen. And I respect that. I understand it from both ways, okay, honestly. Because there is a point in your life where you have to only think for yourself. To better yourself, A. B, to get to that next point in your life, the next evolution in your life, okay? So I get it from both ways. But if I'm wrong, please let me know. I would love to know if I'm wrong and if that song is just about something completely different. But that's the vibes it was giving me. Very beautiful song. Gagging. But let's keep going. The next song is called Dig It. Let's go. Like a rolling stone. Like a rolling stone. And the CIA. Okay. Now I'd like to do all the angels come. Okay. That was really good. At the end, he says, "Can you dig it?" by George Wood. That was "Can You Dig It" by George Wood. Okay. So it was just giving like a short song to separate the album, just make it feel like each section is a little different. Love that. I love that vibe so much. Because it just felt like we were walking in, that whole song, it just felt like we were walking in to a different sector of this album, I should say. So let's keep going. The next song is called Let It Be, the title track to this album. Let's go.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. There is still a chance that they will see.
I'm gagging.
Let it be, let it be, let it be.
I'm really gagging. Oh my god. Oh!
And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Eric comes to me, singing words of wisdom. Let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be.
Oh my god, you guys. Ah! Fuck! That was one of the best songs I've ever fucking heard. Okay? When a song makes you want to get up and just, it wasn't even a dancing song, okay? I mean, you can dance to anything, but like, you know, I just had to like let a couple vibes out. Because, bitch, what the fuck was that? Oh my god. Okay, I've heard of this album before. I've heard of this song in particular before. I'm pretty sure I've heard it in like movies or like, you know, just like little parts of it, not the whole song. I'm glad I am sitting here today listening to this album. I'm glad I sat here for the past few weeks and got into the Beatles. It really is all coming together, okay? Now, we all, if you are here because you're a Beatles fan, we all know what the fuck Let It Be means, you know? But I am going to just like explain it for myself in the future when I watch this video. But it's just giving Let It Be. There's so many situations in your life that if you didn't poke it or give it attention, none of that would have happened, you know? Just let it be. Vibe out. That's just the kind of person I am. Like, I find the smallest things in life make me happy, okay? Like, I know I was talking about earlier, I need my voice to be heard across the universe just to feel like I exist. Whatever, you know? Okay, we're not going to talk about that. But, like, I just still, like, sitting down, eating a good meal, watching TV, okay? Boom. Right there, that's one of the happiest moments in my day, okay? Sitting here, recording this video, smoking a little, you know, good time. Good fucking time to me. There's so many things that this can pertain to. Let it fucking be. Just learn to chill out and let things be what they are. My go-to saying, it's a really popular saying, people are saying it nowadays, is it is what it is. And it's giving me the same vibe because it is what it is, you know? That was one of the best songs I've ever heard. Not to mention, to me personally, that was the best vocally forward song of vocals I've ever heard from the Beatles ever. They were really crisp and very tameable and just enjoyable. There was a moment there I almost started crying, and like that's like really rare for me. When people cry in reaction videos, it gives forced energy, you know? There are a few that are like actually genuine, but like it's just clickbait, you know? But I genuinely almost fucking cried there. It was just so good. Because sometimes you just need to understand that and realize that and hear it again. Let it fucking be. It is what it is. Let the situation be what the fuck it is. I fucking love that. The Beatles, Mr. Beatles. Yes, give me your gag. Okay, give me your greatest gag. And they gave me this. I'm gagging. Okay, I could once again talk about that song forever. But let's keep going. The next song is called Maggie May.
Oh, dirty Maggie May, they are taking head away. Loving
Maggie May. Okay.
Just the part of Liverpool.
Okay. Gag. We're going back to those little just short, fun songs that are just throughout the album. Love it. I love it. An interlude. A great little interlude. But Maggie May, sister, you need to get it together. I know there's a deeper meaning to the song, and I want you guys to tell me, because I don't know who the fuck Maggie May is, okay? How am I supposed to know? But you guys know. So tell me what that really was about. Maggie May, bitch, get it together, you little Robin, nasty bitch. Sorry. So Dig It was that first interlude right there. And then Let It Be was really, it literally was just its own just fucking vibe. It was really a strong vibe too. And then you go back into these interludes, Maggie May. I love how this album is placed. It's a really good flowing sounding album. So let's keep going. The next song is called I've Got a Feeling. This one's gonna give rock, I can tell. I feel it. I don't know. Oh.
Everybody had a holiday. Everybody had a good time. To the sunshine, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my god. I love hearing their voices at the end of songs and stuff. It just gives you a little glimpse into that studio life. Okay, I love their just little things back and forth. It's cute. It's fun. It's cute. But this song was so fucking good, and it's really going along with this. I'm just gonna... The whole vibe of this album is giving me celebration. Let's celebrate. Let's not be sad. Let's celebrate, okay? But it still has that just inkling of sadness to it because this is what was the last album, you know? It's just giving... everybody had a good fucking time, okay? Everybody had a good fucking time throughout this whole experience of the Beatles, okay? It was fun. That felt like a song... Like, if I can imagine a video for this song, okay, this is it. They're performing at this huge festival, okay? There's thousands of people there. And the festival went so well and successful that this was the outcome. Everybody had a good time. Everybody had a wet dream. Everybody let their hair down. Everybody had a good year, okay? To me, that's what it was giving. If I could imagine a video for it, that's what it would be. And that was a good song. It really put me in a good, fun, funky mood, okay? I'm not crying from Let It Be no more. But let's keep going. The next song is called After 909.
Move over twice. Come on, baby, don't be going light.
Dang. To me, it's giving the song literally, I've Got a Feeling. It's giving like a continuance of that. It felt very party-esque, okay? But there's a different sentiment within the song, and it's kind of fucked up, okay? But it was giving that rock and roll song or sound, so it didn't really sound like fucked up. This lady left him, okay? He begged her, don't fucking leave. And then she gave him the wrong number or something, and he got to the wrong train, and it was just all fucked up. It's just all fucked up for this Mr. Beatle, and I'm sad for him. But if I'm being real, this was like my least favorite from this album. It was still good. It was still gaggery, but to me, it just wasn't for me. But it was still a gag, okay? And I feel like listening to the whole album as one, it'll really sound solider, more like, you know, intertwined in the music. It was good, okay? I'll just say that. It's fucking good. But let's keep going. The next song is called The Long and Winding Road.
The long and winding road.
Okay, so I feel like, oh my gosh, here I go with one of my fucking theories. On the outside, this song could be about a relationship, a girl leading you to this road, you know, whatever, to your door, whatever. But to me personally, it's going along with this vision I have in my head for this album and how it just feels like it's celebration instead of like sad vibes. But I did say that it was giving me celebration with that inkling of sad. I feel like this song right here just encapsulated of what I mean and what I'm talking about when I say that. Because the Beatles really started off this decade not really knowing what to do. Not really knowing, you know, they did have hits very early on. But like, you know, the music wasn't crafted perfectly, okay? Here, I feel like it's crafted perfectly, and like just going through that whole winding road of their Beatles journey, I just feel like it really all came together really fucking well. And that's why it hit me where it hit me and why it hit me, because I do know that it's coming to an end, you know? And that's sad to me. Because it can be, you know, about pretty much of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, me sitting here going through the Beatles, the journey, that long and winding road, you know, there were some gags, some fucking gaggery, okay? And then there was some just like, you know, not for me, but I still had fun throughout the whole way. So it's just a very intricate road, and just, I don't know, I like to pertain things to a lot of different things, okay? You know, like, I don't like it just being about one thing. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. I probably am. But, like, that's just what it was giving me. And, it's just really feeding into that feeling I'm getting from this album. Oh, my God. Not only that beautiful sentiment, but once again, that is one of the best vocal forward songs I've heard from the Beatles. Once again, they're really coming through a lot on this album, okay? That was just one of their best songs overall, okay? Production-wise, everything about it was a gag. But let's keep going. The next song is called For You Blue. Let's go.
Because you're sweet and lovely, girl. It's true. I want you at the moment I feel blue.
Yeah, go.
Go, Johnny, go.
Go, Johnny! Yes.
Elbow James got nothing on this, baby.
Gagging.
Because you're sweet and lovely, girl.
Gagging. Was that like shade? You know, I felt like shady vibes in this song, kind of. First of all, because For You Blue, I feel like, okay, at first I thought they were just going to be speaking about a girl. But then I'm like, okay, they've been tapping into that blues side sounding of music lately. And that's literally what it was giving. Then he said this character Elmore, whoever that is, I feel like it's like, you know, another rock star at that time of the timing of the Beatles. Got to nothing on this. And I was like, okay, gag. We love a very confident group of people, Mr. Beatles. They never seem to disappoint. But that's what I was getting at, and that's what it was giving to me. It felt like they just wanted to show you how to do a blues song, you know, and like it was really about, they just said bop, beep, bop, bop, you know, type shit. And like they gagged at the same time. Like, I don't know, these Beatles are just something, okay? Because I thought that Blue was going to be just the name of this girl, this debutante, that they always, you know, they always love singing songs about these girls that they've met before, you know, and shit. So that's what I thought it was going to give, but that's honestly, it could honestly go either way. But let me know. Am I wrong? Am I, like, reaching? Once again, let a bitch know. But let's keep going. The last song on this album is called Get Back. Oh my God. Oh.
Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner. Get back to where you once belonged. Get back, Jojo. I didn't thought she was a woman, but she was another man. Get back to where you once belonged. Get back to where
Applause. Yes. Okay, give me the applause. Give me the fucking applause, you guys. Because, yes. What the fuck? If I was anybody else on YouTube, you know, I don't have beef with these reactors, but I have like thoughts about them, and you guys shouldn't be watching them. I'm just gonna be real. They're fake. It's all fake. You know. If I was one of those people and I did Let It Be after Abbey Road being the last album that they dropped, those people don't really know this shit, okay? I would be like over ecstatic, you know, because that was a really good album and there was a really good, if we're putting it like that, like this was the end, this was it. I'm experiencing how you guys experienced it back in the 70s or the early 70s and late 60s. I would be gagged, you know, that was a perfect way to end their career, but we have a whole nother album that was recorded last, okay? But this really just felt good. It felt fucking a perfect ender for an album. One of my favorite songs on this album, if I'm being honest. But the song itself, okay, you know, I was really trying to put a finger on like, what is this giving me? You know, I always have to feel like something is giving me something. And, you know, it's giving me their early work. Their very early work. And I know me and their early work have like a little beef, a little bit, I guess, whatever you want to say. I didn't really vibe with it. There was some really good gems throughout those albums though. Let me keep it a buck, okay? But I think what it was just the quality didn't sound up to par with what it's giving now, first of all, let alone 3-4 albums later, like with Revolver or Rubber Soul, you know, like to me that's when it really started to pick up. But this right here is giving me prior to that, you know, like I said before Revolver, like Please Please Me, even Help, okay? Vibes. And it just gives with the title of the song, get back to what you're used to, get back to your roots, you know? And I felt it. I really felt it in that song. And that's why I think that that's one of my favorite songs, because it just is a beautiful sentiment on the end of their career as a quad, right? Aren't they called quad? No, squad of people, you know? These 4 men. Okay, it just really felt sentimental, and I love that so fucking much, okay? So to me, that was a perfect ending to, let's act like one of those fucking fake-ass reactors. That was the best ending to the Beatles, you know, that I could experience. Vibes. No, but I really do think that this was a really good way to end off their career, because this was the last album dropped, whatever. So coming off of that, it was a really beautiful moment, okay? And that being the last song was just okay with me. It was perfect. That was good. That was really good. But let's get into my overall thoughts, my top 5, and my rating of this album. So I'm going to put my head in a place with the 1970s, okay? The 1970 itself, okay? It's a new decade. They dropped this album, and it felt like their old work, their first bodies of work, okay? So it was really different for them. Because at that point, they were stepping it up, stepping it up, stepping it up, stepping it up. They just wanted to bring it back down to earth. Once again, the White Album really brought it back down to earth, but I feel like this being the last album that they dropped really showcased it in a different kind of light, you know? It felt like the end of something, you know? But it felt good at the same time. It felt like a hug. Just one last tightly strung hug. You guys have all our other music, but this is it, okay? And I love it. And the title of the album, Let It Be, you know, it is coming to an end. Let it be, you know, you have that music. Go listen to our old shit, you know. We're going to go off and do our own solo shit and stuff. But let this be. Let it be what it is. And I love that so much for this album. Immensely. Because Dig a Pony, I Me Mine, Dig It, and Get Back, really, those were the songs that really gave me that early work of the Beatles. But on a different level, because it sounded good. That's the reason I didn't really like their early music, because it just didn't sound like quality, but it was still good. And like, that's some people's favorite pieces of music from the Beatles or just overall, you know. But this really, I don't know. It just is making me go back and think about all their past music, and I love it so fucking much. So this was a good album overall. But let's get into my rating of this album. I get my rating from these 5 categories: vocals, production, consistency, writing, and album cover itself. The vocals on this album, I'm gonna be real. Some of these vocals were the best vocals I've heard from the Beatles, you know? It was the later 60s when they recorded this album, and it felt like it, okay? So I'm gonna have to give the vocals, especially on songs like Across the Universe, Let It Be, I've Got a Feeling, The Long and Winding Road. Those songs right there just really took me out the game. And gagged me. So I'm gonna give the vocals a 10. Simply simple. Now the production on this album, 10 out of 10. I think I'm gonna have to give it a 10 just because it sounded good. It just sounded so good and repeatable. When the production on an album sounds good, you can listen to that album from start to finish over and over and over again, and that's what I look for when I am doing these albums. And to me, that was one of those albums. I really could listen to that song back, forth, back, whatever. The next category is the consistency. How well this album went from each song to the next and just sounded overall. I'm going to give it a 10. This is one of these albums that I just said you can listen to from front to back. On the White Album, I said that was an album that you could listen to, put on right before you were about to like get ready to go to sleep, and listen to it as you fall asleep. This is also one of those albums just because it sounds so good and there's no skips. Okay, the next category is the writing. The writing on this album right here. Oh, there was a Let It Be almost made me fucking cry. Okay, it's so simple, you know, and I know it's so popular, but it makes sense why it's so popular and why it's one of their best known songs. I do think they have better writing on other albums for sure. But like that song alone, okay, really it just showed me why the Beatles are who they fucking are. And then beautiful written songs like Across the Universe and Dig a Pony and shit like that. It's really stand out and really hit you in a place that you weren't expecting, you know. So the writing here really was visualizing. It was gagging. I loved it. I have nothing bad to say about it. So I'm going to give the writing a 9.8 out of 10 just because I feel like they do have other albums that were just written solidly a little bit more better, but the songs that were here, I'm going to give it a 9.9. Okay, actually, I'm really close to giving it a 10, but you know, I just can't. But I love it. I'm gagged, okay? The last category for this album is the album cover. The album cover just speaks volumes. Once again, just like the White Album, that was so simple, okay? But this is a different kind of simplicity that I love. There's 4 Beatles, okay? And there's 4 pictures on this album cover, and it showcases each of the Beatles, but they all seem to be having a different sort of emotion, you know? Just looking at it, it's a really gag-worthy feeling, but it's also sweet and sentimental, and you get to look at the Beatles from a different point of view, you know. I love that so much. I love when superstars or just, you know, whatever have that, they also are human, okay? And people fail to realize that, but sometimes the artists themselves fail to realize that they're just human. And this to me feels really humanizing. I love it so much. Really points out each and every Beatles, you know, vibe I feel like it gives. I love it so much. This was a really good album cover. I'm gonna give the album cover a 10. Simple. It's simple. This being their last album, it makes sense why they wanted to do a 4 profile pictures of them just on the album cover. It's beautiful. It's a really good sentiment. Okay, so if you take the score of each category I named, you get a total score of 9.9 out of 8 for the Let It Be album. And to me, that's a perfect album. I'm sorry. Anything under 9.3 for an album, 9.5 for an album, it doesn't make it a perfect album. But to me, this is a perfect album. I know it doesn't have a perfect score, but it's very close to having it. And I want to know your guys' rating, how you would rate this album. To me, that feels like a very solid rating for this album. This being their last album, it really, well, the last album that they dropped feels really, it just felt sentimental. I love it so much. So my top 5 from Let It Be by the Beatles is Dig a Pony, Across the Universe, Let It Be, The Long and Winding Road, and Get Back. These songs stood out to me very well. I want to know the songs that stood out to you. If you have a top 5 from this album, just let me know. Yeah, we're gagging over here. I can't. This was really beautiful, and I can't wait till next week till we can actually do their last album. That's going to be fun. That's going to be cute, okay? And I hope you guys are there for it and are with me throughout this whole journey. So a little side quest here that I'm going to talk about is after I'm done with their albums, I want to do the singles that you guys were talking about that were taken off the albums, that weren't really a part of the albums, but they were so good I can't miss them, is what in your guys' words. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to look for those compilations somewhere. And then after that, I'm going to try to do their documentaries, maybe, reaction vibes, I don't know, maybe. And then after that, I'm going to rank the Beatles albums from my least favorite to my favorite, whatever. I have a system for that as well. And then after that, I'm going to do my top 20 favorite The Beatles songs, or the best 20 The Beatles songs, in my opinion, you know? And then I'm going to take every album reaction that I have for the Beatles, compile it into one video for you guys, so, you know, it's just easier to find, to watch, whatever. I'm going to do that. In the future, I will do their solo work, for sure. But during all this side quest stuff after the albums, I will already be on to my next artist. And I already know who it is. And I just want to say now, I don't want you guys to be disappointed, because I did say when I came back that I was going to finish every artist that I had already started. So there's a couple artists I have to get through before I can get to their solo stuff. And then before I can get to other artists that you guys wanted me to react to, Pink Floyd being one of them. And I'm really excited about that. The Beach Boys, maybe. I might do the Beach Boys. I don't know. But yeah, if you guys have any other recommendations that you have, let a bitch know, okay? Because next week, we will be doing the reaction to Abbey Road. Very excited about that. But make sure you guys like and subscribe, and be back here next week. I guess that's it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this album, and bye, motherfuckers.